All right, well, peace, peace, peace. Just want to come back with a quick video. Hope first and foremost, hopefully, the Most High your house shots bless you all day, man. I just want to come back with a video, man, because you know what, this is good, but like, because it's going into the way it came, things of that nature, and I've touched on this in videos of the past, like this, that, like this, yeah, man, that the way it came, man. This Kathy Bates, like Annie Wilkes from Misery, spirit and mentality, man, because like when like say like we know story came, like of course, like what happened with that. Like, listen, he wanted to give what he thought what the Most High wanted rather than what the Most High asked. Like, and people had that mentality. That's the way it came. And but like in this movie, Kathy Bates, was starring Kathy Bates, Misery, that should be based off of Stephen King book, is a perfect thing for that. So I saw this clip a while ago, man. But also too, I want to say this as well. But kudos to Kathy Bates, man, for having that self examination to admit these certain things, like because I'm just gonna let it play, but like but yeah, man, that self awareness things in that nature, man. So I'm just gonna let this play because all falls into, and it's all like what I'm gonna go into has like it's all in the scriptures, man. But I'm just gonna let it play.
You're not good. You're just another lying old dirty birdie. And I don't think I better be around you for a while.
Annie Wilkes, who kidnaps and tortures her favorite novelist. You gave her this humanity. You said Annie Wilkes is not a movie monster. She's a human being.
She was always reaching for something she couldn't have.
Mm.
She wanted to be a hero, totally misguided, of course, but she wanted to nurture people, take care of people, be worshipped, and this became totally obsessed with this guy. And I gotta tell you, I have that side to me. I certainly know that.
You hear that? She said, and big up and kudos to Kathy Bates for that, admitting, because a lot of times too, they actually like the actors, like they a lot of times they have actors, and that's like part of their who they are. That's part of like that's actually part of their person. That's why they play it so great, man. Because like it could be on the good side, it could be on a bad side as well. But kudos to her for having this self awareness and self examination to say this. Oh wow, cause yeah, I can't deal with that right now. Hold on. Okay, yeah, but kudos to her, for that, cause honestly, that's just something that I wish I could rewind it, but yeah, that's good, cause honestly, that's like cause even in the movie y'all see this, it be regular people, cause her being a woman, that's just a lot of them had this mentality. This is she wanted power pretty much. It was pretty much power and esteem and praise, like and she wanted to, like she wanted to become, because even in the clip in the movie, I forgot the author's name and the actor that plays the author. Like she wanted to replace him. That's what like when someone, that's that envy really comes in, or when somebody wants to, like the envy and emulation comes in, because when somebody like not the righteous emulation like what Paul goes into like in Romans, but it's more of like when somebody wants to be you, pretty much they will eventually want to replace you, man. Because honestly, man, that's just what honestly a lot of times even with our people, man. Because like, I'm gonna use it as an example. I think the brother Chronicles of Judah brought this out years ago, man. Like our brother, our sisters out here that's like that's dykes, whatever, that's like studs or what that that's really bad, because what they're saying, they want to replace her, they want to replace the man, like that's bad. When somebody wants to be you, they want to replace you, honestly. So that's very dangerous. But shout out to her for having that self awareness, and she had that, and we see this a lot with the liberal ideology, the fact that I know what's best for you mentality. There's that Kathy Bates and Wilkes, her character in Misery, that's that mentality. I know what's best for you, and she wanted power, like she wanted like to replace, because even in the scene she said, listen, I'm going to be new such and such. I'm forgetting the author's name, but a lot of times too, man, like a lot of times too, and I'll say this too, because where I work at my other job, I work at a theater, and like I ran, y'all probably don't know, but it's the old show, old sitcom back in the '90s about HBCUs, and it was a spinoff of the Cosby's. It was called A Different World, and when I actually seen a while ago, one of the actors from A Different World, like he played the character Shaka. He was kind of one of those like one of those pro black, like dudes from African, those he was into the Kemet dudes, and like on the show he was like those pro, he was like that was his character archetype. He's one of those like open mic pro black woke dudes pretty much. And when I saw him in person, I'm like, oh snap, this because the scriptures even say, like Sirach even says, listen, a man is known for his look, because like even though Yahushua said, listen, the judge not according to appearance, but when I saw him, I was like, oh snap, he had the whole ankh on, the whole like chemist stuff, like he didn't really wasn't dressed like he was. Like he wasn't hard body, but he had the ankh on, things of that nature. I was like, okay, wait, that's kind of similar. That's kind of like part of his personality. That's probably why he got that role. I mean, I don't know the man. I just he spoke to him and said, "Oh, hey, I know. I remember you. He was on that different world and some other stuff." He's like, "Oh yeah, cool." He was kind of shocked that I knew who he was. But anyway, but yeah, that's a lot of times they do that with actors though in the acting world. They have people cast it like for certain parts that's part of their personality, man. Because like actually the movie I was but sometimes too, but we gotta realize too, it's like people it's not always what they portrayed a lot of times too, because it's like when we see these people, like we're in politician, we're in the entertainment world, whether it's politics, sports, like music, the acting, they're playing characters, as the Brother Chronicles Jude always said. But yeah, man, because I remember doing doing the movie, short movie I just did, for every move, whatever. And the actor I was working with, Mitch, the great, Mike Davis, man, like, he was talking about years ago, like, he met Nas at his like in New York for in like back in '96 for his second album, classic album. It was Written Party, man. He was like, listen, he met him, but he met him. It's like more of like he said, damn, he was kind of put off by it because he was kind of like Nas probably was. He said he was probably drunk because like people that know Nas know he's kind of reserved, laid back, that said this, that have been around, that know him. But he said that night when I met him, man, he's all kind of telling corny jokes. He was kind of just doing too much. But he said, and then he said to himself, damn, it's not what I really see, like in music and TV things of that nature. But I think, with me personally, I'm of the thought that he was probably, I don't know the man, but he's probably just drunk that night. Knowing people that know Nas, because I think either Hot Prodigy or Havoc from Mobb Deep, they said, listen, he's like kind of the phantom. It's hard to catch him, so he's not kind of like a really introverted person, like just to himself, the reserve. But that night he probably was like drunk or something. So, but I said to say, man, that's another thing too. It's not always what portray their characters, but a lot of times too, they'll have in the acting world, they'll have different qualities of the character that that they have. Some because Ryan Reynolds was like for example, it's crazy because I was working the other day at my job, and I met this guy. He was actually looked just like Ryan Reynolds, and he was from Vancouver as well. I didn't know Ryan Reynolds was from there, and he said he said, yeah, he was like, yeah, he's from Vancouver, but no. I was going to say, but Ryan Reynolds, a lot of times, like, he was born to play Deadpool. That's part of his personality. Yeah, Ryan Reynolds even is on record saying, hey, listen, that's kind of me. That's kind of like who I am. That's part of my personality in there. That's how it's so easy for me to play. But also, too, like, I think of just from afar, because I don't know these people. I'm just saying just from afar, like, a lot of Keanu Reeves roles that he got in his movie career, that's just a lot of times, that's just, like they were really reserved roles, just not really extroverted type of roles, and just from afar, what other people say Keanu Reeves is kind of kind of a laid back kind of person to himself, kind of person. So thinking about most of the majority of his roles are like that, and it's hard. Not a lot of his movies are it's not a lot of his movies are like him playing extroverted roles like that, but yeah. Yeah, but then my point being is that shout out to and kudos to Kathy Bates for admitting this too. And a lot of times and we see this a lot with the liberal mentality. Man, I was talking about this with my brother, the fact that they have the I knows best for you mentality, and that's the way it came. A lot of times too, because it's a balanced thing, right? Because I said this in this little series and videos I did. Listen, for me, it's different because the Most High House Shot's not that way. They said what they said they want. That's how they said what they want. So we learned that with Cain. But me personally, everybody's not the same. Because me personally, if you give me something that I really don't want it, I'll say, hey, listen, I appreciate the thought. I might just take it. I might still receive it, and I'll give it to somebody that does like this, or somebody who could need it more. Like some people, they're not like that. And you gotta be okay with that. Because I had a Cain moment, had a Cain spirit when the brother a while back, he asked me to do something. He said, listen, no, that's not what I want. So I was like, I caught myself when I finally did, I caught myself kind of getting upset. I was like, listen, hey, I gotta check myself. I'm in the Cain spirit right now. He said that's not what he wanted. So I gave him what he wanted. But two other people not like that too. They'll just do what they exactly said. Like, you know, they said, listen, I appreciate that, but you know, here, give this back because I really don't want that. And, you know, can't be upset with that because they listen. Like, you know, everybody, it's not the thought that's what man. A lot of times the thought that counts was not with the most on your house shot, but even with some people, the thought that counts, that's not for everybody. Like, you know, but it's best sometimes give somebody a gift card, things of that nature. Get them what they want. Or sometimes when people say no, you can't get offended at that, I was like, okay, that's not what they want. They didn't like that. They didn't, you know. And that's fine because actually Mace on his podcast with Cameron, it is what it is. He said that he was dealing with a woman one time, and she gave him. It was really funny. He said, "Listen, she gave him a gift." She said, "Isn't it the thought that counts?" And Mace said, like, you know, he said, "Listen, well, you need to think harder." And also too, like I said, I was talking about this with my homie. If you receiving the gift, somebody's giving you the gift, like it's that Proverbs 15:1. It's how you say it. Don't be like. You don't have to be rude or disrespectful from it. Just say, hey, listen, I appreciate it, or like, no, thank you, things, and that you don't have to be like kind of rude or disrespectful, because that's where that plays a part, and that's where that, like, you know, that's where another situation comes in, because like, you know, because both like, you know, depending on how the person that gives it reacts, like, you know, they get upset, things of that nature, and you get, because that could be warrant them getting say how you respond, how you decline it, pretty much. That's that Proverbs 15:1. A soft answer turneth away anger, but grievous one stirs up wrath. I'm roughly paraphrasing. So yeah, it's on to also the receiver of said gift that they are declining or they do not want. It's up to them to kind of like deny it in a respectful manner. Don't be all this rough rude like, no, I don't want this shit, or I don't want, excuse my language, that's the fact, or I don't want this, or give this back, or like, you know, even though it may sound funny, it's like, listen, you know, it was kind of funny, but it still is like other ways that can be like handled too. But a lot of times that's having that liberal ideology that I know is best for you. That's the way it came mentality. So like, you know, yeah, because you're telling the people what they want when they just told you plainly what they want. So, you know, and also too, her character in the movie, like I said, she wanted power, and she was like, she wanted to become the author, man. So yeah, man, but big up to her for Kathy Bates having this self-examination, self-awareness to admit this. So I'm gonna see more of this.
Losing out.
Okay. All right, that was a short little road, but yeah, hopefully the Most High Y'all blesses your brother's day, your brothers and sisters' day. So peace.